Hey, how's everybody out there doing? Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Hopefully, you don't have too much of a hangover, and hope everybody had a wonderful and a Merry Christmas with all your friends, family, and loved ones. This is Survival Preparedness for Beginners, and yes, I'm back on my live streams. Now, I did announce that I'm going to be doing the live streams on Saturday at 4 p.m. Every Saturday. Now, if that time isn't going to work for a lot of people, hit me up and let me know. We can adjust the times if we need to. And this way here, everybody gets a chance to jump in on the live streams and um, hopefully get to, ask questions or listen, see, whatever. But I just want to make it so that everybody has a opportunity to be here. So if there is a problem, you can shoot me an email. You can shoot me a message through one of the videos, through this video, whichever you want to do. So hello, JT, Pitbull, Big Kahuna. How you doing? Glad to see you all here. Thank you very much. I'm assuming there's probably not going to be too many people that turn out today just because of New Year's Day. Probably a lot of people are traveling and heading home. Holidays are over. It's back to the bump and grind of every day, if you know what I'm saying. But we'll give this here a few minutes and see if we get some people that jump on, and then we'll go from there. We're going to be talking about prep, and more prep, and why we need to be doing this. So we're just going to hold on here for a second and see if anybody jumps in. Yes, I'm having a cold beverage. I don't stay up and do New Year's anymore. Not my cup of tea. I did that a long time ago. Duke Man, hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining in today. Happy New Year to you too. And we're just kind of waiting here for a few minutes, and I'm hoping that everybody has been prepping. I hope you've been paying attention to a lot of the videos and everything else, not just on my channel, on some other channels. And there's a lot of good information that is out there on this channel and other channels. And it's very important, folks, that you all stay ahead of the game. We don't know what this coming year is going to hold. We're hoping for a better year than the past few years. We're trying to keep a positive attitude and go into this year with a positive attitude. And we just have to hope for the best. Unfortunately, we're kind of along, we're just along for the ride. We can't really control a whole lot of what takes place, but we can be prepared. That's the whole thing. So I hope everybody's been prepping and being prepared, because there's just a lot of stuff that's been going on. And we're going to get into that here in a few minutes. We'll give it we've been on for about 3. We'll give it a couple more minutes and see if anybody else jumps on here. But so what is the best thing that maybe happened over the holidays to you on a positive note? Did you get to spend some time with your friends and family out there? Or did you have friends and family come into town that you haven't seen for a while? That'd be really nice. Give this about another minute, and then I'm going to get going. There's just so much stuff that I want to cover real quick. I do have some exciting news with some changes and things. I put a video out. I don't know if anybody saw that on New Year's Eve, my 2021 review on my channel. That was a pretty good video. It's a long video, but it had a lot of great information and stuff, and it had a lot of exciting news that I'm going to announce here on the live stream also. Um, Cook on Princess, hey, how you doing? Happy New Year to you too. So, we're just going to take this with a grain of salt, and we're going to get going here shortly. First thing that I want to cover is I don't know if any of you have been really paying attention to what has really taken place with the whole inflation of this country and where it's going. Now, they're going to be meeting again on the 12th of January with the total report out for this past year on the inflation rate. As it stands right now, we're up to 6.8%, which is the largest in 30 years since 1982. Now, there has been a lot of different channels and stuff that have I've been watching a few videos from these channels, and I'm not going to mention the channels, but they have been reporting that, the prices are only going up on packaged goods at the grocery store. Now, I don't know about where everybody lives, but where I live, it's gone up on everything. I mean, everything has gone up. The only thing that I see that is still the same price is at Walmart. Their chicken breast is still $1.99 a pound. And I don't know if that's going to stay coming into the new year, because a lot of these big retailers have announced that they're going to be raising all their prices. So time will tell. Some of their canned vegetables and things of that nature have been staying at the 50-cent mark. A few of the different ones have rose to about 60 cents. So it's gone up 10 cents. But time will tell. This is the thing that I've been telling everybody and warning everybody about, was the beginning of this year, how all these different major corporations were going to start raising their prices. It's a fact of life that we have to face at this point in time, between the whole shipping container debacle, the lack of truck drivers. They can only put so much on freight trains. And most of the goods all move from the West Coast to the East Coast. Now they're dealing with all these major snowstorms, fires that are still breaking out. They just had that big one in Boulder. All these devastating tornadoes and stuff that was just not too long ago, right through the Midwest and everything else. And my heart goes out to all those people that were affected by that. I grew up in Tornado Alley in Indiana. I know what that's all about. But these are the things that we can't control that put a hurting on our supplies and our goods moving across this country and getting to the stores and stuff that we so depend on nowadays. So the question stands, if you're prepping and you're prepared and you're ready and you put away as much as you possibly can. I have a couple of videos coming out this week, and the one that's coming out Wednesday at 5 o'clock in the afternoon is a really good video, and I hope everybody watches it. It covers, the things that you have to consider when starting prepping. And that's a very good question, because there's a lot of stuff that you have to take in consideration when you're looking to spend your hard-earned money on different goods, foods, whatever it is, survival supplies, generators, whatever it may be. You have to think about some of the things I talk about in this video. And I give you a lot of great information in this video. So make sure you definitely watch that one on Wednesday at 5 p.m. It comes out. Now, speaking of my videos, I'm going to be doing 2 videos per week and my live stream. So my videos will come out on Wednesday and Friday at 5 p.m. from this day forth. Now, if something happens that I squeak out an extra video or something like that, or a quick video or something like that, that'll be on Monday at 5 o'clock. They'll all be at 5 o'clock. So you know when to actually look forward to my videos and stuff coming out. They're going to be at 5 o'clock on Wednesday and Friday. And if it's an extra video, it'll be on Monday at 5. And then if there is any breaking news that I'm able to bring to you, that'll come out when it comes out. Um, as I did state in the video that I just did, the 2021 in review, is sometimes it's very difficult for me to hit the breaking news and all that kind of stuff because I am a UPS driver. So it's very difficult to stop what I'm doing and do videos and that kind of stuff. It just doesn't work that way in my field. It's not like I can just stop whenever I want to. We have time commitments, and there's more to it than just delivering brown boxes, folks. If you know anything about a UPS driver's life. So let's just check over here and see if there's anybody else in here. All right. Nope. All the same people. That's okay. I haven't been doing my live streams for quite a while just because of the fact that um, time. Time was, I was trying to put out, 3 videos a week and everything else, and there just wasn't any time because by the time you do the video, you edit the video and all this kind of stuff, uh, the weekend is over. So that's why I'm going to knock it down to just the live stream and 2 videos per week. Now, in the community tab, I did put, now I need you all to put your input into this. I put a poll in the community tab about a week or so ago, and I wanted your information and your opinions on what you want to see. So please go to the community tab on my channel and just scroll down. It's right there, and you'll see it. And it's a poll. Read the real instructions and stuff. If you have a different idea, put it in the comments. But I'm going to try to bring you things that people are looking for information about. The whole idea of my channel isn't because of, I started the channel and I just want to just do whatever. I want to try to make sure that I'm doing videos and covering topics and everything else that is beneficial to you guys, to help you guys become more aware, to become more prepared, and to be ready for whatever may come our way. Now, the thing about that is I just want to make sure that everybody understands that yes, I will be doing, other videos than just whatever is the number one thing. But I want to make sure that I'm giving you the information that you need in your toolbox so that you can succeed in being ready and being prepared. Now let's jump over here. So I think I saw. Oh, Sarah, yes, I see you're a FedEx driver. So you understand. Trust me. It's the same thing. It's just 2 different uniforms. Um, and welcome, Sarah. I do appreciate you jumping in today. Okay. Now, something else that I want to cover real quick is preparing for this coming year. A lot of the analysts and everything else, and you all can go online and do your own research and stuff, but they believe that there's no really relief coming in 2022, folks. I mean, the prices of fuel, it like I have said in my videos, it's come down to it's a perfect storm that has been brewing for quite a long time. With the whole, well, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to mention anything because I know what's been going on with YouTube, but with that whole situation going on and all of its little offsprings that have been jumping out, and it has put a hurting on this whole country, well, the whole world. Let's just face it. We're all basically in the same boat here. Um, so the inflation rate, they believe, is going to keep going up this year. They're still going to have shortages, and this comes from, if you just go on and just research and just look, at shortages. You can put it in Google search. And a lot of these analysts, these top analysts for a lot of these big companies, they all believe that this is going to carry on until 2023 and possibly beyond, depending on what takes place and what happens between now and then, because we all have there's so many different criterias that go into what is taking place between mother nature, weather and all those phenomenons, the whole what, and all that offspring. And then you have the standard shortages that are already ongoing that they're trying to catch up and get stuff back on the shelves. I mean, I'm going to be having a video come out on Friday about my Walmart trip, and I'm going to show you how the shelves are shrinking. So what they're doing in these stores, in these major grocery stores, is they may still have the product. Okay, follow me on this. They have the product. They don't have the quantity. So what they've done is they keep shrinking these shelves down and down and down, and you're going to be amazed at what you see on this video on Friday. I mean, it's mind-blowing, and it's scary at the same time. You know, when you walk down a rice aisle a few years ago, you could, I mean, there would be 30, 40 feet of all different kinds of rices and bags, all different sizes, 20-pound, 40-pound bags, even in Walmart, 10 pounds, 5 pounds, whatever. When you see this video and the size of it now and what's on the shelf at a major super center, actually the one JT you go to, it's it's not painting a pretty picture. You look at the salt aisle, and on this trip, there was no iodized salt, none whatsoever. And the salt was on one shelf on the very bottom, about 6 feet long, one shelf. So the question stands, why am I saying prep, and more prep? Your time is really coming to an end as far as I can see, as far as what the analysts are saying, as far as what a lot of top even YouTubers are saying. You have to take the bull by the horns and you have to get prepared. I don't know how else to explain that to you so that you understand and you engage and you get going on this. But the whole problem is supply and demand. Demand is outpacing the supply. And with everything that is going on right now with what, then it's just putting more demand on the supply, because a lot of people are really starting to see the writing on the wall and start stockpiling food. It is what it is, folks. But if we all stick together and we sit back and think about what we need, and if you're not sure on, what you may need or how to do it, you can go back and watch some of my videos. You can also sit there and, if worst comes to worst, make a 30-day menu. Plan your meals out, what you're going to need. What is going to be your basic items that you're going to use in that 30 days, whether it's potatoes, rice, pastas, whatever it could be. Then what are you going to use for a meat product? Are you going to be able to afford to buy the meat that's out there now and possibly freeze it? Are you going to use canned meats? Where are you going to get the meat from? Because you need the meat in your diet to a certain point. You have to have a plan. How you're going to do your vegetables. Now, a lot of people like fresh vegetables, which is fine. So take your fresh like I say in this video coming up, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of this video that's coming out Wednesday. I talk about my food saver, my vacuum sealer. And I think that is probably one of the most crucial, most beneficial pieces of equipment that you can have in your arsenal. I would tell anybody anywhere that you need to save your money. If you can't just buy one, save your money and purchase a vacuum sealer, even though they are more expensive now than they were just 6 months ago. But purchase a vacuum sealer. Reason being is if you can find a good deal on meats, if you go to the store early in the mornings, preferably Sunday morning is usually the best. Sunday, Monday morning, but you got to get there early, folks. You know, a lot of the stores reduce the price of the meats on those days. And this way here, they put those nice little yellow tags on there. And maybe you can get a good deal. If you have a vacuum sealer, you bring it home and you can vacuum seal it. And it's going to last you over a year. I've had people comment on some of my vacuum sealing videos and have stated that like chicken and steaks and stuff they've took them out of the freezer after a year and a half and they're still good. You have to get a vacuum sealer. There is just no way around that. You have to sit back and try to figure out and save the money, however you got to do it, to get yourself a vacuum sealer because you can prolong the life of your meats, your dry goods, and everything by using the vacuum sealer. Let's face it, Mylar bags get expensive because you just don't buy the bag. You have to have the bag, the oxygen absorbers, and everything else. And if you start doing a lot of stuff, and that's only for your dry goods, you can't do your meats and stuff like that. It doesn't work. But you know, they right now the prices of Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers and all those type of things are all going up big time. So I would advise anybody and everybody out there, if you don't have a vacuum sealer, you need to buy a vacuum sealer. Plain and simple. All right, let me jump over here and see if there's anybody else in here. John Ward, how you doing? Thank you for joining in. Canned chicken and canned veggies mix. There you go. Duke Man. Yeah, Duke Man, storing your canned tomatoes, any type of sauce is tricky for a very long period of time. Now you're good for a little while, but going out like, you know, comparing, let's say tomato sauce to green beans are outlast that tomato sauce. And if you start to see the can bulge at all or anything like that, store it right in the trash because it's already gone. You know, don't take any chances and make sure that when you're buying any of your canned goods, you want to make sure that you're always checking them, make sure that there's no rust and no dents. And those are the ones you want to purchase. If you have to dig through the whole case, it doesn't matter. You don't want dents and you don't want rust because then you're going to get the maximum life out of that said product. But tomato sauce and tomatoes and all that kind of stuff that's in the cans, yes, with the acidity and everything, you are going to run into an issue somewhere down the road. They're not going to last as long as all your other canned goods will. Let's see here. Let's see. I actually avoid Walmart for many years. Recently, I went in and I was surprised the amount of stuff made in USA. Although I guess the material is still from China. Yeah, Walmart has been trying to make an effort, I believe, from what I have been told by a manager that I know. Um, but still, a lot of the stuff still comes from China. I mean, it is what it is. You know, that's how they could always sell stuff so cheap because they bought it all from China. And now you have these big, huge companies like Walmart, Amazon, and all these are all buying their own ships to go over to China to pick up their own goods and bring it back here and unload it and get it to their stores and stuff, because um, they're not going to sit there and wait for all these container ships and stuff to be unloaded. They're just not going to do it. So they're going to take the matters in their own hands, and they have the money. Once again, ye who has the money can make the rules. John Ward, Walmart has powdered tomato sauce online, reasonable price. Hey, not bad. I know you can also get canning jars if any of you are looking for canning jars. Well, that's another little bit of this coming video. But Walmart, that's where I ordered mine from, and they were still at a pretty good price. Got them right online, delivered right to the house. Yeah, you're right, JT. The shelf life. That's a good point, Pitbull. Maybe if you look at getting them in mason jars or glass jars, your sauce or something, it may last longer. But then again, if you're going to do them with the jar, you got to make sure that you're keeping them out of the light. So that's where the cool, dry, dark spot is going to come into huge effect, because there's nothing to block the light, if you get what I'm saying. So anything that's in jars, that's why, like my grandmother's basement, that's where all her canning was. All her canned goods were all in the basement, because it was always dark, it was always cool, and it was dry. And unless you turn the light on, you couldn't see nothing down there. There was no light whatsoever, and her canned goods lasted for years. Oh, so the Instant Pot will do canning jars. I didn't know that. That's pretty interesting. 4-pint jars at a time. Well, doing 4 at a time is better than nothing if that's what you have. I mean, I'm just going to move back up here because this keeps jumping on me. I shop. Sarah says she shops at Kroger's. Now, we've recently down here, we've got the opportunity to have Kroger's delivered. So they don't actually have a store. They have, you know, big warehouses positioned throughout the state and stuff. And you can go on there and order products just like you can if you went to on Walmart.com or Publix or whatever. And only difference is they deliver it right to you in their refrigerated trucks. We haven't tried it yet. I would like to try it. I went on and looked, and they seem to have some pretty good prices. Now, I know up north, when I grew up, when I was a kid in Indiana, we shopped at, my mom shopped at 2 stores. It was Kroger's and IGA. I don't even know if there's IGA still around, but that's where my mother shopped. And I can remember it seemed like they always had good stuff in there. It was a huge store. So we may have to give it a shot online and see, especially like the produce and stuff, and see how that all is. They say they have the top-notch produce and they stand behind it. So I guess it doesn't hurt to try it at least once, right? You won't know unless you try. Rena Lou. How you doing, Rena Lou? Canning in pot is an unsafe, untested process. You're taking great risk. See, I don't know anything about canning, so that's the one area that I'm just not up on. If I still had a gas stove, I would probably try it. I'm not so sure about using the electric stove because it's very hard to regulate the heat. You know what I'm saying? And I know I probably could get out my camping stoves because I can regulate that heat pretty good and try it. Um, but who knows? Maybe one of these days I'll have to give it a shot. Now I know there's ways of doing it in the oven with the water bath and all that kind of stuff. And I remember my grandmother used to have these great big huge pots. Now you have to remember back then, there was she had to put away food and stuff for 12 kids when my mom was growing up. So, she had these great big huge pots on the stove that she would can I don't know how many jars at a time. And I just remember after they cooled, if we were there, I'd help her carry them downstairs in this basket, and take them down there. And then she'd rotate everything, and everything was dated and rotated. And it was a huge undertaking. Grandpa did the garden and grandma canned it all. Pit bull. I buy sauce in jars too. If I make my own sauce, I freeze it or use a vacuum sealer and mason jars. There you go. Just freeze it. We recently just purchased within the last couple of months. They were having a sale. Our freezers were getting pretty packed, and one of our freezers was starting to make noise. So I think it was a little overworked, if you get what I'm saying. Now, we all know there for a while you couldn't get freezers. Those were like a hot topic and a hot piece of equipment that you just couldn't get your hands on. But times have changed. Um, and they had them on sale, a 5 cubic foot chest freezer at Home Depot for 190 bucks. And we ended up paying right around that same price, which included a 3-year warranty, and they delivered it to my house the same day. I mean, what more can you ask for? It was great because I don't own a pickup truck or anything. So picking it up in a car, well, I could be like all the other people down here in Florida and just tie the stuff to the top of their roofs. And, one of these days, I think I might just do a video for fun and show you some of the pictures that I have on my phone and stuff of some of the most ridiculous stuff that I see on a daily basis. Washer and dryers tied to the top of a car. Um, I've had a lady going down, two ladies, I should say, going down the beach line with a huge rug sticking out both sides of the window. The stuff you see here in Florida, you just don't see anywhere else in this country. Trust me. You see some stuff that you're sometimes you just like, I can't believe what I'm seeing. But that's just a few. Maybe I'll have to do that one of these days just for a fun video, just so you so you guys believe me. It's me. Hey, how you doing? I believe the problem is not able to regulate the Instapot. That could be. I like I said, I don't know really too much about canning. Um, yeah, we should all shop at Aldi's. Aldi's has some really great prices, and the last time I was in one, they still had really nice looking produce. I don't know where this is going, but hopefully we can all, you know, get through this storm together. Now, on some really exciting news for me, I am finally able to start my own Amazon affiliate store front. Now, I've been trying to do this since my channel monetized over a year ago, but Amazon kept telling me no. And I finally got an email actually this morning. So happy new year to me. And they told me that they believe that I qualify now. Now, per their criteria, I qualified then, but whatever. So you're going to see that. I've already went in and I started. I filled out all the information, started the link, did all that kind of stuff. I've already put that on my description. So if you watching a video and you go in and you scroll down to the description, you're going to see my web page. You'll see that. It's going to take me a little while to build that thing up because I have a lot of stuff I want to put in there. Because I use Amazon for a lot of things. It's just, let's just face it, folks. They're usually the cheapest, the most convenient, and they stand behind whatever their products. Um, I have made a purchase. Um, I am updating my camera equipment and stuff. And so I'm very excited about that. Hopefully, to bring some better video quality and everything else. I did a major upgrade on my camera systems. A lot of my stuff, like with this camera that I'm using right here, this is just a webcam. I use my phone, and then I also have my GoPro that I use. So I'm getting a regular camera, um, and I'm very excited about that. And hopefully, well, we'll be able to do some better quality videos. Um, sometimes you have to make these investments, and you have to, as a content con, excuse me, as a content creator, the important thing is you want things to look good and sound good when you are doing your videos and stuff, because that goes a long ways. And I want to try to get some different style videos, not all the time, but just for something different. And this was the only way I could really do it. The GoPro works really well. It's just not really good with a lot of different things, especially like with the green screen and stuff, because you have to get so close, and then you start running into all these kind of issues and those type of things. But hopefully, with this new camera, that's going to be all solved. That's what I'm hoping for. All right, let me jump back over here. Hey, Jan, how you doing? Happy New Year. Thank you for jumping in. I appreciate it. Let me scroll back up and see. Make sure I haven't missed any. Cameron Del Rio, hello. Happy New Year's to you too. Thank you for joining in today. I appreciate that. Just scrolling down through. It's one thing that I wish that YouTube would do something with is how the comments, they jump so if you're trying to scroll through and read something and all of a sudden it just takes off on you, and I hear a lot of people complain about that. And we don't have an Instant Pot. We received from my son and soon to be daughter-in-law. We got an air fryer this year, so we're going to try that out tonight with dinner. We're kind of doing tonight is kind of we're doing our New Year's Eve foodies tonight. So last night was ribeye steaks and potatoes, and so tonight is the junk food. Very good point. Kilgon Princess, you just buy on Amazon, so you have job security delivering. um, that is true. But I unfortunately I don't deliver to my own house. I wish I did, because that means I'd be a lot closer. But yeah, it is kind of like job security. Well, thank you, Kilgon Princess. And she said she's enjoying her New Year's streams. It's nice to spend the day looking forward. Yes, we have a lot of good things coming up. Um, this live stream was just kind of a quick live stream and just to cover a few things about prepping. I can't stress that enough, folks, that you all just need to be aware, stay up on what's going on. As much as I know a lot of people, especially preppers, they really don't like watching any of the media news or anything else. So try to find some way to get some news. Do your own research or anything because you don't want to get caught with your pants down. And to all you new preppers that are out there that could be watching this or that may be watching this in the short future, you want to make sure that you are, number one, watch my video on Wednesday because that is very crucial to somebody starting out new. That gives you some great tips, great information, and this way here you don't get overwhelmed and everything else. And I think that a lot of people out there they just need to really take a step back and look and see what you do have in your own pantry, storage, and you just don't have to look at food, folks. You have to look at everything. That's the problem I think I see with a lot of people when I read comments and stuff, or I watch other videos from other YouTube channels and I'm reading their comments. It seems to me like everybody is so focused on just food. And you really have to think what you use on a daily basis besides food because you have everything from you know the standards, okay? Toilet paper, paper towels, you have soap, laundry detergent. Maybe you have to have a special kind of soap because maybe you have allergies. These are all the things that you have to think of when you are doing your prepping and planning your prepping. You have to be aware. You have to be able to um, look outside the box of the food realm. Yes, food is very important. It's probably one of the number one things, but you also have to be prepared for whatever. And that means anything and everything in your home: batteries, flashlights. Do you have battery banks? Extra gas for your generators, a generator, whatever it may be. Those are things that you have to think about that are outside the box and the realm of food products. Because when you say prepping, the first thing everybody thinks about is food products. And you really have to get out of that mindset and take the blinders off when you are doing prepping and think, all right, well, I go through a bar of soap, say every 2 weeks. How many bars of soap do I have? Because, I mean, if you can't get it, what are you going to do? Realistically, laundry detergent. How much laundry detergent do you go through? If, cleaning supplies, you know, I mean, all those different things, first aid, hygiene products, all that kind of stuff, razors, if you shave, shaving cream. Now you can always use soap, but if you want, you can always actually have shaving cream. These are the things that you really have to think about when I'm talking about prep, and more prep is the fact that you have to think about the things other than food. Food is number one, yes, but it's not everything. Let me jump back over here real quick. Paul, it's good to see you. How you doing? Thank you for joining in. Let me see what else. Love to hear about storing water without plastic. I have large glass jars and not sure how long it's good for. So it's me is saying that she has some large glass jars and not sure how long it's good for. I would have to say if you could store it in a controlled environment. Now, you can always go and buy the water purification tablets. And if you're not sure if you're storing it for a certain amount of time, and if you're not sure, you can always put those tablets in it to purify the water. Um, that's one way that you could do it. Now, how long it's going to last because you put it in the jar is a very, very good question. I'd have to do some research on that one and see if I could find an answer for you. Because let's face it, most water comes in plastic bottles, right? I mean, that's what we have piled in here. And a lot of people, I mean, even if you store your rainwater, more than likely it goes into a plastic 50-gallon barrel, right? So it's still stored in plastic. I think getting away from plastic is a beautiful thing, but how long it would actually last, um, it is me. I'll see if I can do some research on that and maybe reach out to you, and I'll put a message back in this video and see if I can find an answer for you. I don't know if it's something that's possibly where you could take, and even if you could put it up, let's just say for 3 or 6 months, and the water's still good, and then use the water, and then replace it with fresh. So every 6 months, let's just say you're replacing it with fresh water, so you know you have 6 months worth of water coming down the road. See what I'm saying? Maybe that's something you would have to do since you would be the one bottling the water. It's just an idea, you know. I just don't know how long it would last as far as like if you just stuck it in a closet in a cool, dark, dry, dark place and just left it there. Would it be good for years? I don't know. I mean, I guess if it's sealed tight, um, who knows? I had somebody ask on one of my videos, this was about a year ago, and they wanted to know about using wine bottles with the cork. And I couldn't really I tried to find some information about that. I really just couldn't find anything, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. I don't see what the issue would be if, you put the wine in there and you tap the cork all the way back in, and you just have to store it flat like you do wine, because you don't want the cork to dry out, because then, either bugs can get in it or the liquid will leak out. So, I mean, that's another alternative too, because it's sealed tight. If it's not leaking, it's sealed tight. I don't know. I'll have to see if I can find something out for you on that one. Let me scroll back up through here. I want to make sure that I caught anybody and everybody that came in today. And it looks like I have. Okay, folks. So we're going to wind this one down. We're going to have, I just want to reiterate a few things here. Live streams Saturdays at 4 p.m. Like I said, if 4 p.m. doesn't work for a lot of people out there, maybe I should put a poll out and find out. I can always change it to later or something. But that's what I'm going for right now is 4 p.m. on Saturdays. My videos will be coming out on Wednesday and Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is all Eastern Standard Time. I am in the process of getting my Amazon affiliate account up and running. I have to get that loaded with all the products and stuff now, which is going to take me a while. So you have to bear with me on that one. And the last thing is, I just want to make sure that everybody knows how appreciative I am of everything that you all have done for my channel. Now, if you haven't watched my video that I did on New Year's Eve, my 2021 in review, I would highly suggest you go back and watch it. It's a really good video, and I touch on you, the viewer, and what it means to me. Because I don't do this for me. obviously I'm not doing it to make tons of money. I mean, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this because, in my opinion, as long as I could provide information that helps one of you out, I have succeeded in what my goal was. And that's to help people be prepared in any situation. And I thank you all for everything you've done for my channel, for all the likes, for all the views. Sharing my video is the biggest thing that you could do for the channel. Sharing helps out a lot. I gain a lot of subscribers and stuff from people sharing videos. So share it on your social media, whatever you can. That would be greatly appreciated. You don't have to. I just said it would be greatly appreciated because any little bit helps. But don't forget to go back to the community tab on my page and answer the poll that's in there right now on what some of the videos that you would like to see. There's 5 to choose from, and if you have other ideas, put a comment in. And this way here, I can plan my content making around what is going to best suit my viewers, you. So until next time, folks, until next Saturday's live stream, don't forget, next Saturday, 4 p.m. Let me just jump over here. Bob R. Hey, how you doing, Bob? All right. Yep. You can watch it later. Late as usual. That's fine, Bob. Paul, everybody, Jan, JT, thank you for all for coming in today. I really do appreciate it. Jan and JT are my moderators, and I really appreciate you guys always being here. I know I'm a small channel, but I'm working on it. It's a work in progress, and I don't give up. So until next time, folks, I hope that everybody stays safe. Keep your eye on the ball. Keep prepping. Prep, and more prep. Take a whole inventory of what you have in your house and make sure that you are doing your part in securing your family for the times that could be coming. We're trying to keep a positive attitude that maybe we won't even have to use this. And then you just don't have to go to the store for a long period of time. Look at the money you're going to save at that point, because with the inflation rate, probably by then, a bar of soap will cost you $5. Just saying, folks. Till next time, I'm Survival Preparedness for Beginners, and I'll catch all of you on the flip side. I'm out. Thank you all again.